gets us restarted, having tucked away that second Gunners' goal just before half-time. Isn't that confident from Raffaele? Surrounded by blue and white though, Moore gets it off to Rowe. Deflection on the shot, could be an awkward spin. It's a rare bit of work for Manuela Zinsberger to do. And, positive can-do attitude from Rachel Rowe. Reminder of the reshuffled side from the other side of Al today. Leah Williamson in midfield, Noel Maritz playing as well as Veen Reuter. The former is a left back. No Blackstenius. The 11 anyway, she is on the bench. Reading going with the same starting 11 they began the win over West Ham with last time out. Very different game. We've seen very little of Harries, Wellings and Rowe. My kit immediately closed down. Van Havermeet. Bryson, regular performer since coming from Bristol City. Striding forward is Williamson, this is Marnham, it's 3! Nightmare start to the second half. And against her former club, it's Emma McCandy who's put the ball in the net. She couldn't really do a lot else, to be fair. If she'd left it, it was in anyway. And a game that was technically still a contest at 44 minutes is not won by 47. 3-0 Arsenal. Our own worst enemies here. But Williamson charging in from midfield. Nice little offload. Ford was waiting, but she didn't need the touch. Great burst from Williamson. Marnham knew where to put it. McCandy can't leave it. And equally, it's not going to go anywhere else. Horrible moment against her former club. A horrible moment for her current club. Now that test of character is 50% bigger. Harries. Ford, so strong and mobile. McCabe, Marnham pointing to where she wants it. Good challenge from Bryson.
Bravo, Leah!
Bravo, Leah, says Jonas Eidevall. Bit of a free hit, really, once the scoreline's like this, for Leah Williamson to come in and enjoy herself in central midfield. Presuming Reading don't pull off some kind of miracle comeback here, I'm sure there'll be plenty of ribbing in the dressing room. That central midfield is an easy job, and she's got pretty comfortable at it. A great burst to help make that third goal from the England skipper there. Should be asking to play there again. Raffaele. Williamson clearly comfortable just dropping in between the two centre-backs into Kim Little. This is easy. Well, at least they're making it look it with good football. Ford, Veen Reuter, dangerous. Well, Maritz isn't overly dangerous with the ball at feet. Slightly awkward bounce Rather lacking conviction, the shot. Doesn't often pop up in the left channel with this shot. No merits. But, both of Fiona Seideval's right backs starting today. And neither of them doing a lot of defensive duty. They haven't had to. Well, Maritz has never scored a WSL goal for Arsenal. Third season now, having been a serial winner with Wolfsburg, where she did get the odd goal. They're asking for offside, it does go up. Frida Marnham puts it in anyway. Shake of the head, but then you'd expect that. Mr. Mai-Kit relieved. How close was it? Actually, good couple of yards. Nicely finished anyway. Flick on from Moore towards Wellings. A joyless game for Wellings and Harries up there. I say up there, haven't been up there that often. Forward again from Jade Moore. Well watched. Raffaele. Oh, that's a little bit short. Flag up anyway, and Maloney got there. A few alarm bells ringing once more. He's not sure. It's the 14th meeting in the WSL years between Arsenal and Reading. Arsenal have now scored 40 goals. Stina Blackstenius there has scored in both of her meetings with the Royals, so they'll be thrilled to see her coming on if she does. This specific fixture, as in with Arsenal as the home side, the aggregate score is now 26-3. 6.5 games and counting. Clearly there's a difference in squad depth and budget, but it is a horribly one-sided head-to-head. Reading's barren run away from home this term in the English top flight is going to continue here. All defeats. And they make this a little more respectable. A couple of 4-0s last term. Mai-Kit stepping in well. Harry's with a flick on. She puts her arms out to say where was the runner, but they were back helping the defensive effort. Rachel Rowe furthest forward. Marnham. Keeping the pressure on Mai-Kit here. It stayed in play. I think it has. Well, that's a foul. Bryson with the challenge. And the language. Apologies if you picked that up. And the card's coming out, I think, for the reaction. Never short of a word, Grace Maloney. First name taken. Not for a foul. Right foot Marnham, left foot McCabe. 6 to aim at. In the red and white of Arsenal. It's Marnham and deep. On target from Lottie Woman-Moy. Bryson under pressure straight away and threatened to win it back high. They did momentarily. Chase on here, three-way. Harries was charging in, Wienreuter with it. Zinsberger beat them both to it. Proactive goalkeeping. Arguably a little harder when you're not really in the game. Well, Zinsberger's been watching this match from a very long way away for most of it. Before the throw, we've got a double change coming from the guest bench here. Justin Van Havermaet making way. Sanne Troelsgaard coming on. Would have been a decent shout for a start actually today, Dane, but Kelly Chambers sticking with the same side. Emma Harries making way for Lily Woodham is the other change. She'd take the final whistle now, in truth, I'm sure. Kit with Marnham for company. Back it goes to Maloney, who's going to have to get rid quick because Caitlin Ford was on her case. And that's the thing they want to play out, and you can understand it, but the Arsenal squeeze was firm. Troelsgaard's got a few goals this term. One in the cup, 3 in the league. Scored at Chelsea, scored a 89th minute equaliser against Liverpool. Experienced Danish international. Sort of experience you think they might need here. Maritz. Just a little bit of afters there from Bryson. The referee was right there. Amy Fern was right there. Let's have a look here. Just went in. McCabe rode the challenge pretty well. Frida Marnham, another goal-scoring outing for her. And replaced by an actual centre-forward. Look out, Reading. Here comes Stina Blackstenius. Scored against them last March and the 1-0 winner in October. Victoria Pelova, who got a rare start last time out against Liverpool, is going to replace Laura Beanreuter here. I wonder if that'll mean a reshuffle. We'll find out after this free kick, I suspect. Cade hammers it. Raphael had a pretty free header there. Ford just arrived at the Brazilian Raphael, and she's stayed up. Here's Woman Moy. Little must have thought about hitting that. Probably wishes she had now. Lukandi. Sure enough, Noel Maritz has back to right back. And what a lovely pass that was from her. And from Williamson to Blackstenius, who's got goal side of make it here. Disappointing finish. It's a distant second prize, the corner. What an introduction that would have been. Great pass, Maritz. Even better, Williamson. Just lacked a bit of conviction, this. Maybe because she's only just come off the bench. But having got there, a bit of a damp squib. Gentle and up the middle and easy for Maloney. Could easily have been 4. Played twice against Reading, scored in both of them. Just back in form of late as well. It's on target. Woman Moy. Another comfortable stop for Maloney. Quite a lot of these shots on target she saved have been straight at her. This, another. I think they're into double figures now. Raffaele with the header. Williamson again looking for that forward pass. Too much juice. Blackstenius having replaced Marnham. Let's see if she can nick back in front of her in the WSL goal scoring chart. The one she got here against Liverpool midweek was her 5th in the league, but the first since November. In that time, in fairness, she has scored 3 times in the Champions League and 4 in the Cups. 2 really big ones. The extra time winner against Manchester City in the semi-final and the equaliser last weekend in the final. Here she is, briefly. Jade Moore. Apparently fouled by Caitlin Ford, although it might have been a slip. It's the point that Ford's making. Anyway, referee didn't see it that way. Maritz.
Great reaction, Kim!
Kick, trying to release a rare Reading counter. There was space in behind, but now there is for Pelova here. Followed all the way. And it's another powder puff finish from the Swede. That was solid. And Amy Fern immediately wanting to check that Katie McCabe is all right. She's pretty rock solid herself. You hear the ooze from the crowd. One of those players, if she was hurt, wouldn't want to show it, unless she absolutely had to. So a driving run that started the Arsenal fun in the rain this evening at Meadow Park. Staying 4th, but closing in on Manchester City, who won earlier today. And gaining ground on Manchester United, who lost to Chelsea earlier today. Here's Ford. Good timing of the run. Mukandi out. Not very far out, but it'll do. You can see from that clearance that anywhere will do for Reading. We've still got the best part of half an hour to play here. Maritz. Williamson. Little. They're all getting a touch. Good hold-up play from Blackstenius. It's tight there as Williamson popped it into McCabe. Charles Gard been really able to get on the ball since coming off the pitch. Didn't win the ball there. It's a barge. Dutch international for a long time. New recruit from Ajax in the January window. He's got a goal. It's Leeds in the Cup. Actually, very nearly scored straight after coming on in the League Cup final last Sunday, Pelliver. Here she is again. Nicely done. Williamson. Floating one in there for... Cute little improvised flick from Williamson for Caitlin Ford to try and attack. Needed to be seriously pinpoint. Nearly was. There's so much confidence in this Arsenal side at the moment. Look at that, successful passes in the final third. Oh, Williamson, more than anyone with a quarter of this game to go, enjoying midfield life. As Maritz comes in sliding. Maybe an option for Serena Diekman, if required. Who you would imagine her captain will stay centre back. Good to know. Cave in the walls again. Blackstenius. Really smartly timed intervention that from Raffaele. Jade Moore goes down, no whistle. Pelliver still coming. McCandy with the challenge. McCabe. Ford. Taking on Bryson. And getting it through to Blackstenius. Williamson. 4-0. And a goal to go with the assist for Arsenal's new midfielder. It is their most familiar scoreline against Reading. It has been a cruise from minute one, in fairness. This very one-sided fixture has a very one-sided scoreline. Arsenal 4, Reading 0. The bad news for the Royals, there's more than 20 minutes still to play. Super strength this, wasn't it, from Ford? She had the control to match. Blackstenius might have scored. Williamson did. The joy in her face afterwards tells you everything about her competitive nature. They must be sick to death of this fixture, Reading. 7th time they've come away to Arsenal in the WSL years. The aggregate score now 27-3. 7 wins out of 7 for Arsenal. Clearly they've got a mountain of breathing room here, but they've also got that best defensive record in the division to maintain here, conceding 1 goal fewer than Manchester United as it stands. Only 8 conceded, and they're close to another clean sheet here, having had one here against Liverpool in midweek. Into the final 20, with further changes coming from the home bench. Forward again. Corner again. Look who's coming forward again.
Come on, running! Yeah.
McCabe thumps it towards Valti and Raffaele. Wibben Moyes there too. Headed on by Williamson to Blackstenius. For a minute, my kid had her arms out again, but the offside flag has gone up in any case.
Substitution for Arsenal.
Third change coming from Jonas Eidevall. And the new midfielder can have a breather. Katrine Kuhl, the new arrival from Nordsjælland. Teenage Dane. Inbound. We're also going to see Lena Hurtig as well. Caitlin Ford's been powerful up there again. There's Lena Hurtig. Nearly a decade of Swedish international. That's the kind of quality Arsenal bringing off their bench. And some serious quality getting a breather here. Those two absolutely superb today. Way too good for Reading, the pair of them. The banter will begin, I'd suggest, from Leah Williamson about her midfield role in this squad. Hurtig straight into the action. My kit gets the better of it. Here's Kuhl. Rowe plays it neatly with Moore and gets it back. Rachel Rowe, nice feet, decent hit as well, and by a long way, even though it won't count as a shot on target, that is as close as Reading have come. Rachel Rowe has made a serious habit of scoring all her goals this season late in games. This, by her standards, early. Good strike. '74th minute. Pelova to Hurtig. Bit of extra time off for some of the regulars today for Arsenal ahead of this mega March set of fixtures they've still got to come. It's a good layoff. And having made it, Charles Gord has still gone forward. Bryson trying to slide it in. That's very neatly mocked up. Good decisions, says Jonas Eidevall as we approach the final quarter of an hour of normal time. Pelova Good game time for some of the new arrivals and fringe players. Hurtig, Cool, Felova. All new for this season, 2 of them in the recent January window. Rafael and Wubben-Moy have had precious little to do back there. There's plenty of possession near the halfway line. The might of Bayern is likely to test them more. Their knockout legs upcoming. That's very nicely done by Catherine Kuhl. Blackstenius here. It's a tight angle. That's going wide. Here's breadth call on the offside, but the flag wasn't up. Round Maloney. Took herself a little wide. It's a scupper. A lovely pass, though, to put her in. Credit to Catherine Kuhl for that. Gorgeous weight. Glimpse, a further glimpse for Arsenal fans of what Catherine Kuhl has got. A couple of league appearances before this. Scored a goal in the FA Cup against Leeds, mind you. So did most of the Arsenal team that night. 9, I think. Still none on target for Reading. 13 on target for Arsenal out of 24. That's 1 every 3 minutes. Whereas Maloney has been setting herself all too often. Has been required for many of them. Charles Gord. This has some potential. Rachel Rowe. It's an awkward height for her there. Arriving with real purpose, though, Rowe here. Good cut back, but if you're being picky, it's a little bit knee height. She had to lift as she jumped and made it tougher. She's been one of the 2 best moments for the Royals here. Slim pickings in 79 minutes where they have been thoroughly bossed. They do have some far more even-looking matchups coming next, Reading. Home to Brighton, home to Everton, Leicester away. All the sort of fixtures where I feel they can be competitive and victorious in this one. Cool. Oh, it's a lovely pass again. Felova. Well out, Maloney. 2 January arrivals combining there. Wubben-Moy. They're all getting involved. Arsenal fans enjoying this cameo they're seeing from Catherine Kuhl. Her passing is exactly that. by McCabe. Quite enough on the cool forward ball that time.
Great reaction, Fred.
I'm not going to be soft.
Very impressive. Still a teenager. From Nordsjælland in the recent window. So a couple of years running, Arsenal have done a bit of shopping then. It's all the more important, of course, this term with Mead and Miedemar cropped for so long. Maritz with the cross here. Just too much on it for Kuhl to maybe get a first WSL goal. 9 to play. She timed that well enough, Pelova. Blackstenius might have been offside, but Pelova wasn't. Oh, Maloney spilt it. Jade Moore there right on the goal line to help her out. Arsenal still looking hungry. That's the bad news for Reading. Valti. Cool. And still trying to get away from Gemma Evans. Wasn't letting her do that too easily. By Wubben Moy. Didn't stick that time. Rowe off and running. Reading gets something. The goals column. Not from that they can't, no. Kept in by Jade Moore. Back at Reading, the first spell 3 years, ended 3 years ago, on loan from Manchester United. Jade Moore. Not a good day for her parent club or her current club. Going to get a look at Gio Queiroz here. The other one of their January arrivals. The other side about showing us his winter shopping. The ever-popular Leovalti making way for Gio Queiroz, the young Brazilian. Originally for this season was loaned to Everton from Barcelona, but then Gio, she has on her back now, the gunner. Her third appearance from the bench in the WSL.
A sellout here today at the LV Bet Stadium Meadow Park. Today's official attendance is 3,964.
Just shy of 4,000 in to watch. Very impressive Arsenal display here. Gio straight into the action. Cool, laying it back. Rowe has not stopped running in this game. It's cool. His legs are younger and fresher. Not able to keep it.
Let's see, Lina.
The Arsenal WFC supporters
Well, a week
club
is a long
player of the
time
match
in football,
is
that is for sure.
#6.
What a good week he has had. Locally, Leah Williamson has just been announced as the player of the match. Hard to argue with that, but there have been a fair few contenders in red and white, I'd say. But she's certainly been chief amongst them. Queiroz being blatantly pulled back. And Amy Fern's going to have to get the yellow card out. Lily Woodham. It wasn't subtle, even though it was, in theory, on the blind side of referee Amy Fern. All over Arsenal's new Brazilian. Wubben-Moy, Maritz, Little. Just great use of the body there, shielding it. You wondered for a second if she might have a pocket pick, not a bit of it. Wubben-Moy going long. It's asking a lot of Catherine Kuhl. Here goes Gio Queiroz again, two in the middle. Cross too gentle. 3 minutes in stoppage time. It's Arsenal's scoreline of choice against Reading. You suspect they were going to be comfortably too good anyway, but the timing of the goals. 5th minute penalty opener, and then the second goal right before half-time, the third goal right after half-time. They're all hammer blows to an underdog hoping to try and stay in a contest which they just haven't been able to do, Reading. Little. Maritz. Maritz again. Tons of space and time for Kim Little here. Short touch from Raffaele. Buying away the next outing. It won't be as easy as this. Not anything like Tottenham away after that. Might be, given the way they've been playing lately. Then Bayern, then City. And then Manchester United. What a run. Certainly got confidence to take into it. Barely a week ago, the Gunners had lost back-to-back in the FA Cup to Chelsea and in the League to Manchester City. Everything upward now. Looks like a blip. There's back-to-back defeats now. We're into the first of 3 added minutes at Meadow Park. Very happy Sunday evening for the majority of those inside it. Reading just trying to fill in the holes. Arsenal happy to knock it around. Red and White Army is the chant, and certainly on the march. In the month of March as Maritz pokes it forward to Gio. No, it's a big slice. Already a Brazilian international despite being only in her teens. One eye on the future as well as the present in that bit of January window shopping. Not too much business done in the off-season in the summer. Lena Hurtig coming in from Juventus. But not a great deal else. Got a couple of new goalkeepers. D'Angelo and Marchesi. January when we did a fair bit of recruitment. Blackstenius, Bean Reuter and Raffaele all coming in. Cool, making that one hers as we approach the final minute of stoppage time. Right with the cross, no one in there. Quite sure when the last time Reading had 2 or 3 passes strung together was, but it was a long time ago. Probably been ready for this final whistle for a wee while now. Up by Wilbin Moy, out by Raffaele. That's Dennis on the spin and fouled. Well, that is as comfortable as it comes, but made so by a brilliant display from his players. It's a thumping win to cap a great week for Arsenal ahead of what is going to continue to be a massive month. The goals right before and right after half-time really settled this contest, but you feel that the Gunners had plenty in the bank and in the tank if needed. Way too good for Reading yet again. The Royals' wretched run on the road continues. They hate this fixture, but they don't have to play it again this season. They will have easier, happier times, I'm sure, with Brighton, Everton and Leicester coming up. Arsenal have got Bayern, Man City, Man United and a derby against Tottenham. And even with some changes in personnel and shape, the Gunners have been good value and then some for these 3 points here. 4-0 is the final score. It could, in truth, have been a fair bit more than that.